right, well, California's harassment prevention laws are now being used by state universities to compel students to affirm transgender ideology. In some more sobering news, or they may risk losing access to their education.
That's right. NTD's Dana Monaghan spoke with a constitutional attorney, Erin Mersino, about this controversy. Have a look at that.
Under new state mandates, students must complete an online sexual harassment and anti-discrimination course that broadens the definition of harassment. The University of California's version, known as SHAPE, for Sexual Harassment, Anti-Discrimination, Prevention, and Education, defines refusing to use transgender pronouns or objecting to males in women's restrooms as creating a hostile environment. Students must answer quiz questions consistent with those views. Those who fail cannot register for classes the next semester.
And so it makes a person who believes in following, biology and the biological distinctions between a man and a woman, it puts them in the position where they're being accused of sexual harassment for this training.
Chief of Supreme Court Litigation Erin Mersino says there's strong Supreme Court precedent dating back to the 1940s that makes this kind of compelled speech unconstitutional.
West Virginia versus Barnett is really the quintessential case on compelled speech. And in that case, students were being required to stand up and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and it was against their beliefs. And the Supreme Court said that students cannot be required to stand up and engage in compelled speech that is different than what they believe.
At the heart of the issue, Mersino says, is that the state cannot decide what ideology people are allowed to hold.
This ideology is correct, this one is harassment, this one is violence, when what we're talking about are beliefs, political beliefs and religious beliefs. And here, the state of California is requiring through its SHAPE training compelled speech.
Mersino says university campuses should be a beacon of academic freedom.
But here it seems like they're just telling students what they must believe instead of giving any sort of dialogue to the different political beliefs or religious beliefs that are truly in place here.
Mersino says many professors who disagree stay quiet to protect their jobs. The attorney says there is a clear line between promoting inclusion and infringing on free speech.
So I think the line is when they require people to adopt a certain ideology in terms of gender identity, and requiring people to adopt certain political beliefs and religious beliefs and to state something that is against their own beliefs. So that's really at the heart of compelled speech, is when the government forces you to say something that you don't believe yourself.
Mersino says the weight of freedoms is on everyone's shoulders, and it's increasingly falling on the shoulders of young people. In the SHAPE training, one required question reads, "My name is Mona and I am transgender. Jane continues to call me James and objects to me using the women's restroom. What type of prohibited conduct can this be?" The only accepted answer, hostile environment. SHAPE was developed in response to AB 2608, a 2024 law requiring all students to undergo updated sexual harassment and discrimination training based on broader definitions. Daniel Monaghan, NTD News.